All right, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Bondy Blue. And I'm back for Marriage Bootcamp Hip Hop Edition. You guys, this is one of my favorite franchises on television of reality, such things. I just really enjoy it because sometimes they can't help but to be honest in the situation. It's not like other reality shows that tend to be produced in a way that is not really real at all. Like, this is when you catch people and they can't front no more. Like, they live in there, the cameras are everywhere. I mean, we saw last season what happened with Carl and Lil Mo. Okay, if you didn't see it, didn't I review it? I feel like I reviewed it. But listen, this is a drunk review. Cause I've been drinking. Okay, I'm not gonna sing the rest. But okay, let's go ahead and get into the notes I've made from this first episode of season 16 of Marriage Bootcamp Hip Hop Edition. Okay, so Jocelyn and Ballistic Rob. We know about them. We know about Jocelyn and her new man Rob. He seems cool, mild-mannered from what we know. Obviously must have some strong virtue in order to be in a relationship with the Puerto Rican princess Jocelyn Hernandez, baby. Okay? And that's just, obvious, straight off rip. Apparently they've been together for 2 years, okay? And he feels like in his spirit that he's adopted Bonnie Bella, okay? He do whatever he gotta do for Jocelyn and the baby Bonnie Bella, okay? And that's cool and everything, but he still hasn't married Jocelyn. I'm going to be licking salt off my lips this whole video, just so you know. So yes, Jocelyn and Rob should be something interesting to watch, I'm sure. Then we have Styles P and his wife, Adjua. I feel like I'm going to be saying that wrong, and people are going to constantly be trying to correct me in the comments, and I'm still going to get up here and what? Say it wrong. Because sometimes that's what happens when you're doing videos. You just say it wrong and you don't realize it. And it's not worth it to do the video over. But back to Styles P and Adjua. Okay. Now, I've seen them on Black Love on OWN. Okay. So I'm familiar with their relationship and that they had a daughter that committed suicide. It's all very upsetting, very sad. And it makes you look at their 24-year marriage as something that must really be strong to still have sustained. Even if it is, beat up, it's still there. Okay. So you have that issue. And then you have, some less serious kind of surface level things. They turn themselves into serious issues depending on how you handle them. But all in all, I don't think it's as deep as, losing a child. They have a boring marriage. There's no passion. There's no spice. Okay? And I'm going to be very interested to see what y'all gonna do about that, okay? Because Styles P is a cheater, and I'm sure that Adjua has not been able to get out here and get her thing, banged out in a magnificent way, in a very special way. Very special, in that way. And I'm just interested to see how this is going to, go down. And Adjua's very beautiful. Very beautiful. Beautiful bone structure. She wears red. It's her color. She has great hair. Were those shoulder pads or were those her shoulders? And I'm just going to leave it there. Bianca and Choses. The young, violent, crazy, tumultuous relationship amongst the folks. Just when you thought Jocelyn was going to be, your biggest issue in the house as far as somebody being violent or over the top, you get Bianca and Choses. They're children, basically. I don't even know how old Bianca is, but she feels older because of the age she was when we were introduced to her. She's probably still in her 20s. Either way, we all know if we follow Bianca like I do on Instagram, as well as Jocelyn also, they follow each other on Instagram. You know that Bianca is, beautiful. Okay, her body's amazing. She's a beautiful chocolate girl. Okay, and if all you had to do was maybe hear her spit a rap or see how beautiful she was, that would be a great image of Bianca. But because Bianca has been on reality TV, because Bianca likes to get on Instagram Live and tell people how everybody's sleeping together and that's how I got pregnant, like, you know, so many words or whatever. Okay, like I just kind of feel like sometimes you just be wanting people to just be their age or better at this point, because she's just so, both of them, Chosen's too. I don't really know him. Okay, but I'm gonna get to know him, and what I've seen so far, you know, they're both very beautiful young chocolate people. You know what I'm saying? I do love the visual. Okay, they have the same colored hair. There's some, you know, some harmonious things happening there, and I'm sure it's when they have sex. They're a fight and fuck couple. I know those. I used to be in those. Those are fun, but those are tiring. Those are tiring, and they drag you down. Okay, so ultimately, I feel like this is not going to happen in the long run. It's just not. And then for us to find out upon the premiere that Bianca's pregnant for him now, it's just kind of like, oh, wow, this continues to be a downer. But kind of still a upper, because they hype as shit on the show. Hype. Extra. I'm excited about it. They've only been together for 1 year. Let's add that. You guys, oh my God. I'm so happy to see michel'le. Hey, michel'le. Okay, I'm not going to do it, y'all. I might have to do it sometimes. I'm definitely going to be doing the michel'le voice at some point during these reviews, because that's what I do, okay? But I really love michel'le. I really, really do. And I think she's an amazing artist, and I just really wish that she had the self-esteem that she should have at this point. I really wish that. I'm going to go back to my voice. I really wish that michel'le had self-confidence, y'all. I feel like michel'le ain't got no self-confidence, and that's sad to me. And if you know anything about her life and the abusive relationships that she's been in, like, it's sad when she's in this relationship with this younger man. His name is Stu, okay? I was like, oh God, like Stu Pickles. Anyway, it's not, but kind of, sort of. He did have a blazer on. It was like, what's happening here? Like, she's saying he's the younger party in the relationship, but it didn't really look that way. But you know what? Whatever. They've only been together for 10 months. And she doesn't think that he's attracted to her. And that's why I say, like, the self-esteem thing is obviously still an issue for michel'le. And that's just sad for me. That was also an issue of hers when she was on R&B Divas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of sad. I'm just saying, y'all, for her to still be having these types of issues. But either way, you know, we find out later on that, you know, Stu is good at banging that thing out, but he's not exactly the most tender. So there's a breakdown in communication in their relationship. Moving along, Cee Lo and Shani. Y'all, Cee Lo. I love Cee Lo's music. That was his Goody Mob. You know what I'm saying? That was Goody Mob, right? Even when things are slow, hold on and don't let go. I'll give you what I owe in due time. So yeah, like, I love Cee Lo's music. Love God, you shot me, baby. Okay, I'm a fan. But ultimately, like, as a person, I can separate those two things. Cee Lo is annoying as hell. Cee Lo feels as if because God has gifted him with these gifts and he has this money because of it, that means that everybody should be so lucky to roll into bed with Cee Lo. This is only episode 1, and I told y'all this is a drunk review. So give me a week or so. I'll come up with something fun to use to describe him. It'll be fun for me to think about that. Put some things down below. What does Cee Lo look like to you? They've been together for 7 years, engaged for 3 years. And Cee Lo's just like a complete asshole, man. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Moving on. Okay, so y'all know the couples all come together and they have this, you know, general area moment where everybody's talking about whatever their issues are amongst the group, right? And Jocelyn says that she and Ballistic are not having enough sex, okay? She need more sex. She need it all the time. It keeps her beautiful and young. Okay, and sexy and vibrant. And I said, all right, girl. I understand what you mean. Okay. So Rob, on the other hand, you know, feels as if he's been sucked of his life force because of Jocelyn. when he said how tired he be, I really did see it like all over him. I was like, that poor man. That poor man. Okay, but you asked for it. You thought you could handle it in the Puerto Rican Princess Jocelyn Hernandez. Well, baby, you got it, and it looked like you can handle it. But you know what? Good luck to you, young man. Good luck to you. Okay, good luck to this man. That girl wearing that nigga out. But he said she told him that he might show up home and there might be like a threesome situation. Don't get mad when you see a girl, eating and when you come in the door. Don't get upset about that when you see. Don't get it when you see the door, Like, don't get mad about that. And I'm just kind of like, I mean, that's an understanding you got to have in a relationship. So I appreciate her honesty. At least she told him. He better believe that she meant that shit too. So then Bianca starts to talk about whatever her issues with Chose are, and she's putting her hands in his face. And then Jocelyn says, why you do that? That's disrespectful. Don't put your hands in his face like that. You know what I'm saying? She said something to Bianca. So now Bianca is going to start to feel some type of way about Jocelyn. She thought they were about to be cool, baby, but you ain't about to be correcting me in my relationship. Bianca does not take correction or any, type of elevation of her mindset. Like, she just don't take those things well when people try to talk to her about it, So, yeah, this is probably going to be an issue in the future. I'm looking forward with it. It was almost like, Jocelyn, girl, are you serious right now? The way you be hauling off and whipping the shit out of people, girl? Like, this man just told us that you sucking him in his soul, and now you gonna sit up here and tell her that she being disrespectful? I mean, you know what? Whatever. We moving on. So everyone starts to hear applause. What's going on? They walk outside onto the patio, and it's set up like an award show, and Dr. Ish is out there, and they're giving out awards, okay? Bianca and Chose win for the most turned up couple. Obviously, the youngest couple, the rowdiest couple, the most immature couple. Child, obviously. We saw that because they were fighting as soon as they got there. They were fighting in the car, and then when they got out of the car, they were fighting, and then they went inside. I'm telling y'all, they're fighting so that they can fuck later. Like, that's what all of this is about right now. They're young, and that's exciting right now. Okay, eventually you get exhausted of that shit. You get tired. They're not there yet. They won this award specifically because Bianca decided to get into a rideshare vehicle and ride for $200. Okay, $200 worth, okay, of area to go to Chose's house, wherever he was, because she saw him coming out the house with a girl. So she got in the car. I can't say she drove. I keep wanting to say she drove, but she didn't drive. She got somebody else to drive her all that way so that she could beat up some girl. Child. I be good googly muggly. Okay? Let me tell you something. Waste not, want not. Okay, I believe in abundance. Yes, Jesus, I do. And if I got the money and I want to spend it on something so that I can have convenience, I will do that. But at the same time, sex. Girl, you crazy as hell. Girl, you crazy as hell. Definitely most turned up. Oh, and she also snatches his chain all the time. Like, he got this big old diamond chain around his neck, okay? He gonna have a green ring around his neck. And she always grabbing him up by it and all of this, just disrespectful. She's still young-minded. She thinks it's okay to keep putting her hands on him. Like, I mean, relationships are relationships, but ultimately that's not okay, and that's not healthy to feel like, you can always be putting hands on one another, especially in public. Like, inside this house, don't worry about me. I really do not abuse my husband. He is well taken care of. I swear to God. Okay. I don't know why I felt like to do that. What is that? What is that about sweating? Like, that ain't got nothing to do. Never mind. Anyway, I told y'all I'm drinking. But so Bianca kind of does the most, but I think he likes the response from her. So I think it's not just her the way they're trying to make it seem, but child, in this situation, it is. The judge comes out, and Bianca starts crying as soon as the judge starts talking about how scared she probably is within their relationship, because Chose is always, acting like he holding around. So it makes her feel like she has to do all of this, tracking his phone and, seeing what he doing and all of that type of stuff. When in reality, you can do all of that, and that's not going to stop these men from cheating on you. That's a waste of your energy and your time and your money. Okay, in real life, that's a waste of all of that, and it doesn't deserve that energy. You shouldn't have to force a man to be honest. You shouldn't have to force a man to not cheat on you. You shouldn't have to force him to, communicate. Like, you shouldn't have to force people. You work with them on their negatives just like they work with you on yours. Okay, but what you don't do is sit up there and go through the cycle of being angry, getting mad over and over and over again because he can't stop messing around on you. Like that's the story of your life and that's just how it has to be. No, it doesn't. You can get better for yourself if y'all stop accepting this from people. Cut it out. But like I said, she started crying and he hugged her. And then she was like, I just want you to love me the way I love you. And he said he loved her and it's okay for the next 30 minutes or so until something else happened and they start fighting and fucking again. So then the FOMO, fear of missing out award goes to michel'le and Stu. She thinks that he's going to leave her and that he's not really in love with her. And I think that all goes to michel'le's self-esteem once again. Michel'le thinks that love is supposed to hurt in some way. And I thought that was a very real statement from Dr. Ish. I mean, it's so plain to see that that's how she feels because all of her great loves have been abusive relationships of people who have hurt her in some way that you just shouldn't be hurt in a relationship. You should feel safe and you shouldn't feel like big ass men put their hands on you. That's not what's up. The judge also takes time to point out that Stu chose to be with her. So he needs to work with her, where she is, make her better, and do what he can to help her along the way. Because when women are like that, yes, they usually have to do all of the work themselves, but they can't be in a relationship with somebody that's not fostering an effort to help them feel better about it. You know what I'm saying? So if you know you have a woman that is broken in some way, you're going to have to go out of your way in one way or another to let her know that that's not where you are with it. Whereas if you were with a woman who hadn't gone through something like that, and you may not have to go through those things, but that may not be the woman you want to be with. So yeah, sometimes we make allowances for the people that we want to be with, and it's not just, oh, she's hard, she's difficult. No, you choose to lay down with somebody and be with them and to be in a relationship. Meet them where they at sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But in moderation. The Unlit Award goes to Styles P and Adjua because, it's passionless, it's dry. All right. And then he cheated on her. So she feels like things are dry for them right now and he might go and cheat. And if he cheats on her again, it's over. Over. Okay. But also, once again, putting the fact that they lost a child on top of all of that, there's a lot of hurt and guilt to go around, obviously. And I think their relationship, because I don't want to say storyline because it's their life, their relationship might be one of the most interesting to watch and see how the therapy affects it. Because everybody that's been on the show says that the therapy is very real. So yeah, this will be interesting. So the next award was ill communicated, I think, or something like that. But that ill communicate, I don't remember. It's something. This is what I wrote in my notes. Ill communicated. I don't know if that's right. Okay, but all I know is it sounds wrong. But either way, this goes to Cee Lo and Shani. He doesn't listen. He doesn't want to be controlled by her. He perceives her trying to take care of him as her trying to control him. He's also very abusive with his words, He'll say to her over and over again that if she wants to, she can just leave. She doesn't have to be there with him because she's replaceable. That's basically what he's telling her. And I guess he didn't realize how hurtful that was. But I thought it was hilarious when Jocelyn was in the audience like, boy, like looking at Cee Lo like ain't no fat nigga telling me what he ain't eating. Like shout out to Nicki Minaj. Like that's what that felt like in that moment. Like boy, you said okay. Oh, all right. They got money and they got fame. So but they can treat me like this while looking like that. Ain't that about a bitch? All right, moving on. They talk about how talented he is when it comes to writing his emotions, but he can't seem to express them vocally within the confines of his relationship. Shani needs security. She needs security in this relationship, and he's not giving it to her. The judge wants to take that whole statement of you can leave if you want to. She wants to take that up out of this. Okay, that's not cool. That's not all right. Let's take that up out of this equation. He doesn't realize that that's saying to her, I don't love you. He didn't realize that. Now he realizes how messed up that is to say it to her. I said, oh, really? You're that unaware. All right. All right, let's move on. Jocelyn and Ballistic win for Ride or Die TV. I think that's what it was. That's what's in my notes. Feels wrong. Whatever. She's looking for the ring. Okay, she want the ring, and he's looking for respect. Okay, RESPCT. Find out what it means to me. RESPCT. Take care, TCP. Suck it to me, 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 suck it to me. Okay, like Ballistics wants respect. Just a little bit. Nah. Ballistic says at the end of the day, there is love in their relationship. And even though he may not be exactly ready to get married, he doesn't like being pressured into it because he's doing everything he can for her and for Bonnie Bella. Okay, he does everything he can to take care of them, and at the end of the day, he should get some credit for that. But Jocelyn ain't trying to hear that. At the end of this situation, she wants a ring. That's what she said. Or else they ain't gonna be together. And he don't really like that ultimatum. He didn't like that at all. It did kill me when she said, that's the least you can do. Okay, that's the least you can do. All right, it's take care of me and my daughter. I'm like, damn, Jocelyn, like, what you giving out like that? So that night, after the exercise, everybody's chilling and talking, drinking, you know, having a nice little time, vibing, seeing who they like. Bianca and Choses are pulling each other into the pool, and Jocelyn is like, bitch, it's time to come and mingle, okay? Styles P blurts out to everybody that love is more important than marriage, okay, after everything that they've been through. michel'le says that she feels guilty about keeping Stu because he's young. So she feels as if she's keeping him from, I guess, being with a woman who can give him children. I guess that's what she means. Like, that's the guilt that sometimes older women feel. And I feel like if older men don't feel like, you know, guilty for giving young women worms, then older women don't need to worry about, no, we here, ain't we? Like, don't worry about it, sis. And if he leave one day, you've lived a great life. Okay, you move on and you press on like you do in every other situation, sis. Stu feels like she treats him as if he's so young and he has no understanding of things. And also, like, all he can do is wet up out. Okay, wet up out. All right, I'm like, oh, he be wearing it out in his blazer? Like, not to say that people that wear blazers don't wear it out, but it's the haircut, it's the blazer, it's the vibe, okay? But he be wearing it out. Okay. Okay. Cee Lo and Shani tell everyone that they want to try celibacy while they're in the house. Angela is like, well, that's interesting. And Styles P says, please, they probably the biggest freaks in the house. I said, yes. Leather, bondage, BDSM, all of that. Okay, whatever it's called, it's all of that. Okay, so I'm going to be honest. Like, I don't want to be confined. And I can be tied up to a bed in a certain type of way. But ultimately, like, I'm claustrophobic. I can't be panicking and stuff. But I do like the aspect of pain with your pleasure. I do. That's something to think about. And somehow we get on topic of too much semen inside of a woman for too many days is a catastrophe waiting to happen. I was like, wait a minute, what's happening here? Like, Styles P was basically saying that having too much sex with a woman, you know, letting off in her too much isn't good, I guess, because she could possibly get pregnant. Aren't y'all out of those woods? Never mind. I don't know what's going on right now, and I'm not going to act like I do. So they get called to their rooms so they can finally see what the rooms look like. And michel'le and Stu have pics of other women mixed in with some pictures of michel'le all over the walls. And she's expecting, you know, the worst, all right, from this entire experience. Meanwhile, he's throwing up because he's been drinking. And I mean, they had at least a good 6 to 12 different instances where he was collecting drinks. It was 16 boxes on the screen, but some of those were just different shots from the same scene. Okay, and I was really sitting up there trying to count, okay, how does this look different? How many drinks is that? Is that the same movement, the same moment from a different camera angle? Like, what's going on here? You know, I'm paying attention to these things as a person that's worked in productions. I'm just like, yeah, he didn't drink that many times, but obviously it was the mixing because he was doing a lot of mixing. And I was just like, yeah, as soon as I seen him get that brown, I was like, oh, this is going to go downhill fast. Yeah. Jocelyn and Ballistic's room has a friend zone with separate beds in it. Like, so is there one big bed and then there's two twin beds and then there's a line that says, friend zone. And it's because Jocelyn feels as if he's waited so long to propose to her that he's now like put himself in the friend zone. And I'm just like, what? If y'all look, I guess, because he said he sleeps on the sofa all the time. And I'm just like, child, okay, if that's what y'all want. And this is when Jocelyn tells him that, if they're not getting married, they're not going to stay together. And he said, that he wouldn't respect her if she handled their relationship in that way. And she said, respect my nuts. Like that. And I was like, oh, it's good to see Jocelyn again. Bianca and Cho's room is a boxing ring because all they do is fight. And like two big ass kids that they are, they just stop boxing and having a good time in a room that is descriptive of their toxic relationship. It's for fun though. Cee Lo and Shani have half Zen because, Cee Lo is all into meditation. I said, oh, you creepy ass niggas always want to be Yoda. But whatever. And the other side is an office for Shani. I said, I guess she must always be strategic and planning things out of of that nature. And that feels like control to Cee Lo. We'll delve deeply into it in the upcoming episodes. I'm sure of it. Styles P in Azua's room is dark with a whole bunch of unlit candles. Descriptive of being, and I quote, unlit. For me, I feel like that's like one of the main issues in marriages is like when people feel like, okay, I'm bored now. And like a lot of people, even outside of marriages, can't withstand that part of a relationship. Like just, everyday, regular, long-term relationships, people still get bored. They don't understand that sometimes just because you get bored, it doesn't mean that y'all don't still love each other or that you should go and ruin your relationship. It means you need to come at it from another angle. But some people don't want to work that hard. So, it is what it is. But yeah, y'all, that was Marriage Bootcamp Hip Hop Edition, Season 16, Episode 1 review, recap, whatever you want to call it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I love y'all. Share it with your people. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm sure it's been on the screen at some point. All right, I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.